Hey everyone, welcome back to day 20 of Walking in Wisdom, where I cover a new chapter of Proverbs every day of October 2020. Today we're talking about deals and drinks and kings. So we all enjoy a good deal, right? So where we get a great deal on something, we can't wait to tell our friends about it too. I just had an amazing deal from Concordia Publishing House's warehouse sale where I got 100 books for $220 after shipping. It's fantastic. I saved almost $500 in doing it too. Now, I can't believe how much money I saved, and I'm really looking forward to sharing what I'm going to learn from these books with all of my friends. So deals like this, they're so much better than what's talked about in verse 14. Solomon spins this tale about a buyer, and he says, "Bad, bad," says the buyer. But he goes away and then he boasts. So Solomon isn't saying that it's bad to get a good deal, but he's humorously revealing how buyers like to cheat sellers, devaluing the merchandise and then when negotiating a price. But later on they leave and they talk about what kind of bargain they made. But this cheating, that can also happen on both sides of the sales counter. Now when it comes to drinks, there is a warning about drunkenness. Verse 1 says that wine is a mocker and a strong drink a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. This is not a condemnation of wine or beer, but it is a warning that stupid things take place with too much consumption. Both take away inhibitions and filters and create opportunities for trouble and temptation. So don't do it. You can get embarrassed by what the results are, and you're going to want to take back all the things that were said and done. So watch out for overconsumption. Lastly, Solomon talks about kings and how meeting one for judgment can be either a joyous or a painful occasion. Looking at verses 8 and also 26 through 28, we look at the winnowing of evil. Verse 8 starts with saying, "A king who sits on the throne of judgment winnows all evil with his eyes. But a wise king winnows the wicked and drives the wheel over them. The spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all his innermost parts. And steadfast love and faithfulness preserve the king, and by steadfast love his throne is upheld." To start off, winnowing is the way to separate the wheat and the chaff, the useful and the useless. The way that it starts is by getting a really big, heavy weight and crushing the wheat. It'll remove the wheat from the stalks and from the hulls, and then you toss all of that in the air, and the wheat falls to the ground, and the chaff just flies away in the wind. So a king will separate the truth from falsehood, separate good from evil, innocent from guilty, all by the examination of his eye. Lawful governments will use sound judgment to separate the guilty from the innocent and apply firm judgment to punish the lawbreaker. But when we think about how standing in front of the king that judges on earthly standards is frightening, how much more should we fear the heavenly king who sees everything that we do? But we can also know that our heavenly king is Christ, and the last couple of Proverbs show us hope. And that the spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord. He is our light. And the steadfast love of faithfulness, or the Hebrew word chesed, or the Greek word agape, or the Rick Astley version of love, where he's never going to give you up, never going to hurt you. There's so many more. I'm not even going to rickroll you right now, but we all have seen the video. But all of these loves, they preserve the king. And by the steadfast love, Jesus' throne is upheld. He has taken on the punishment of our sin and brings us back to himself. As he winnows the wheat, we fall back to the ground as his wheat. We are preserved in him. And I'm happy for this wonderful news that we have a loving king. As we continue to get wiser, we keep learning more about this steadfast love and the fear of the Lord, and that we get deeper into Proverbs. So keep reading, and I will see you tomorrow for chapter 21. Have a great day.